2018 Volkswagen Golf Alltrack review. Golf goodness with cavernous cargo space. A great option to larger, taller crossovers. With all-wheel drive, a cavernous cargo area and familiar golf goodness, the 2018 Volkswagen Golf Alltrack supplies a compelling substitute for similarly priced crossovers. If you like the concept of a golf wagon but need all-wheel drive, this is the option. The formula is easy. Add 1 foot of length towards the Golf hatchback's cargo area and obtain 24% more space frequently. In real numbers, it means 66.5 cubic feet of space to cart stuff using the rear seats folded. That's the sort of space usually afforded by compact SUVs and crossovers. Add a powerful turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, a low-key and ergonomically friendly interior, and traditional Volkswagen comfort, plus the Alltrack makes an excellent option for the crossover reverse or anyone who just prefers the sleeker wagon look. Despite the name and rugged style, and also the presence of an off-road drive mode, the Alltrack isn't a true adventure machine developed to take you remote the highway. It sits somewhat higher off the ground compared to Golf Sportwagen, which it's spaced enough to address modest trails, but you will discover better choices, the Subaru Outback, as an example, should your needs include backcountry exploration. But for overall comfort and utility with no traditional bulk or height of an crossover, the Alltrack is usually a winner. What's new? The 2018 Volkswagen Golf Alltrack receives more standard equipment. Updates include standard automatic headlights around the base S model, standard forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking for same models, and also a suite of now standard driver aids for top trims, which are previously optional. Both SE and SL trims receive an updated 8-inch touchscreen infotainment display. VW has removed some features from your last year's mid-level SE trim, however, including adaptive cruise control as well as an automatic parking system. The base Golf Alltrack S comes well equipped, but stretching to find the SE when you can. It costs more but includes most on the features you will need in a tiny wagon, including standard driver safety assist features, frontal collision warning with emergency braking, and features for example a panoramic sunroof, keyless ignition and entry, and VW's latest infotainment system. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Volkswagen Golf Alltrack will come in 3 trim levels, S, SE and SL. The base S is fairly well equipped and will be offering most all you would like for an active lifestyle car, including roof rails, heated seats and side mirrors, a rear-view camera, Bluetooth and smartphone integration. Stepping up on the SE brings a major sunroof, keyless entry and ignition, along with a better audio system, as the SL dials it with nicer wheels, power seats along with a navigation system. All Golf Alltracks are powered by the turbocharged 1.8-litre 4-cylinder engine, 170 horsepower, 199 pound-feet torque, and are available with all-wheel drive. The S and SE come standard using a 6-speed manual transmission. Remember that engine torque is bound to 184 pounds-feet here, and also have a 6-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, dubbed DSG in Volkswagen speak, for an option. The automatic comes standard on SL. Standard features around the S include 17-inch alloy wheels, automatic headlights, fog lights, LED daytime running lights, heated side mirrors, roof rails, a leather-wrapped tire, simulated leather upholstery, heated front seats with manual adjustment and power recline, 60/40 split folding rear seats having a center pass-through, and ambient cabin lighting. Also standard undoubtedly are a rear-view camera, a 6.5-inch touchscreen infotainment display, Bluetooth, VW's CarNet communications, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration. The base stereo audio includes 8 speakers, a CD player, satellite and HD radio, and auxiliary audio, USB and SD card inputs. Moving up for the SE adds automatic wipers, heated windshield washer nozzles, a panoramic sunroof, keyless entry and ignition, a 115-volt outlet inside cargo area, with an updated infotainment system with 8-inch touchscreen interface. Driver aids include forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking. The top-level SL builds around the safe features with 18-inch alloy wheels, back and front parking sensors, dual-zone automatic climate control, a power-adjustable driver's seat, a navigation system, as well as a Fender premium sound system, which adds a subwoofer and upgraded sound. New for 2018 is usually a full complement of ordinary driver aids, including adaptive cruise control, adaptive headlights that bend within the direction from the car's turn, automatic high beams, lane departure warning along with an automatic parking system. Blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert is optional to the SE and also the SL, though delayed availability from VW. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically can be purchased in multiple versions which might be fundamentally similar. The S on this review use our full test from the 2017 Volkswagen Golf Alltrack SL, turbo 1.8 liters inline-4, 6-speed dual-clutch automatic, AWD. Driving. The Alltrack is around 300 pounds heavier when compared to a Golf Sport wagon with front-wheel drive, therefore, the turbo engine doesn't feel quite as punchy, plus the handling is nearly blunted. But it's still a confidence-inspiring road car. It's not really an off-road vehicle despite its butch styling. Acceleration. You get smooth acceleration from VW's 1.8-litre turbo, but 170 horsepower isn't much for the 3,500-pound car. It's hardly slow, but even though you may give it a decent quantity of throttle within the city, the Alltrack isn't inside a particular hurry. At the test track, its 0 to 60 miles per hour time was 7.1 seconds. Braking. The brake pedal is firm, which isn't typical for Volkswagens, however it is definitely a plus inside Alltrack. You'll get a large amount of braking response quickly after depressing the pedal. At the test track, the Alltrack stopped from 60 miles per hour in 114 feet, an impressively short distance. Steering. The steering is extremely well weighted and attentive to quick movements, with decent feel on center, but otherwise it's vague. We wouldn't label this steering engaging, but many pros should believe it is perfectly acceptable. As a bonus, the tire is chunky and seamless comfort in your hands. Handling. The Alltrack handles corners relatively well, however it's not as sporty because standard Golf. There's noticeable body roll when making the round turns, as well as the Alltrack's high center of gravity doesn't help. It's competent, but that is about it. Drivability. The automatic transmission is sluggish to have interaction from a stop and infrequently feels indecisive in parking situations. But once underway, it upshifts so quickly and smoothly how the tachometer needle could possibly be your only indication that it must be doing something. Overall, it becomes an easy car they are driving. Comfort. Although the crossover-inspired styling suggests a cushy ride, it isn't the case. The Alltrack is tautly sprung, in order that it can feel somewhat stiff and away from sorts on broken pavement. The seats are comfy, though, and overall refinement is often a strong point. Seat comfort. The seats in this top trim SL test car were relatively at ease with firm but supportive bolstering. The seat bottoms, both in advance and from the rear, are relatively flat, so that your legs may grow tired on ultra-long journeys. Ride comfort. Impacts make their way into the cabin within a sharp and muffled manner, though the Alltrack's ride is mostly pretty good. Bigger wheels mean shorter tire sidewalls, so that you can feel a lot of the rocks and bumps underneath you. Big dips don't upset the ride much. Noise and vibration. Depending for the road surface, there's the normal amount of road noise around the highway, but wind noise is noticeable. Put the stereo on for the faintest of volume and you will drown out most noise. The engine stays relatively quiet in just about all scenarios. Climate control. Climate control is often a set-it-and-forget-it exercise. Put the Golf at 74 degrees and you will be comfortable regardless of how warm it's outside. The heated seats heat up in average time, but heat just isn't distributed very evenly. Interior. A large cabin with ample glass plus a simple, sensible control layout results in the Alltrack's interior a nice, user-friendly environment. We'd only ask for the roomier rear seat having a high bench, which you may find in many similarly priced crossovers. Is useful. The buttons are pretty straightforward, clearly labeled and well located. The Alltrack's cabin most likely are not as fancy as some rivals' cabins, nonetheless its simplicity and ease useful are refreshing. Nothing fussy, just strong fundamentals. Getting in, getting out. Tall seat bolsters notwithstanding, you'll be able to pretty much slide directly into the Alltrack. The rear doors employ a relatively narrow opening, and when the front seat is pushed back for the tall driver, there is not much room with the rear passenger to squeeze behind. Driving position. You don't have a very tall, commanding view on the road since you do inside a crossover. Even so, the driving position is simply as good as it is in the standard Golf. The power adjustable seats and also the tilt and telescoping tire with plenty of range mean drivers of all sizes could possibly get comfy easily. Roominess. Rear passenger space is a premium relative not just in competitive crossovers but also for the Outback. With a tall driver settled in, the trunk passenger's shins may rub against leading seat back. The front compartment, about the other hand, is airy and spacious. Visibility. The tall windows and also the large windshield mean good visibility throughout. With the panoramic sunroof, you have great skyward visibility, too. A small gripe is how the rear view side mirrors are oddly shaped and limit visibility of what's happening beside you. Quality. The rear door panels use hard plastic right up towards the windowsill, unlike the softly trimmed panels in the front. Likewise, the low dashboard wears a hardcore, shiny plastic covering that's not as much as VW's usual standards. Everything seems nicely put together, though, without the need of squeaks or rattles. Utility. Impressive cargo space puts the Alltrack in the league with many different small crossovers, and it is a cinch to fold the trunk seat backs flat while you are loading cargo. We also just like the nifty two-position sliding cargo cover. There's not much room for assorted items when you're riding at the start, though. Small item storage. The decent-sized cup holders along with the small door pockets mean there's adequate and not abundant room for the stuff. The flip-door ashtray area in front from the shift lever continues to be converted into a telephone shelf, convenient for stashing and connecting a cell phone, but it really limits space for storage. Cargo space. The 30.4 cubic feet of cargo space behind the back seats is virtually SUV level, out of the box the maximum 66.5 cubic feet whenever you fold a corner seat backs down. Those seat backs conveniently flip forward via release handles on either side on the cargo area, so there is absolutely no need to walk around towards the back seat. Child safety seat accommodation. The two exposed latch points on each rear outboard seat are really easy to reach and fasten a child seat to. But the limited rear seat room will certainly prevent you from accommodating larger child seats inside back. Technology. The Golf's infotainment system may be updated for 2018, and plenty of driver safety aids can be obtained. The voice control technique is relatively simple. Audio and navigation. The standard touchscreen is not the most user-friendly interface, however it has all the features you'll be wanting. The upgrade system features a bigger screen. Smartphone integration. Sophisticated smartphone capability is anchored by Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration. Compatibility with apps, for example Pandora, Spotify and TuneIn Internet Radio, is often a plus. Driver aids. Our test car had adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, parking assistance, and blind spot and lane departure warnings. All those systems operated well during our test without having to be overly sensitive or intrusive.